Welcome to the Port Charles Update with your hosts, Mish and Mel.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. Let's just get this started. There's so much to talk about.
Okay. This is a big deal for me. Okay? The whole Portia Jordan thing, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. You know how much I love Jordan. I've always said she's my favorite action
Yes.
figure, action hero. Like she's my favorite. And I find that like in soaps, like you have characters where they have like different arcs where like they're good or they're like a villain and they kind of fluctuate between all of them. Jordan has been pretty consistent. She's been like Jordan, just the top of everything. She's always been like the best. This is the first time her character is taking a turn. I love Jordan, but how is Jordan going to sit there in the salon and clutch her pearls and not know where this conversation is going or how hypocritical it is? Like she pursued Portia. She pursued Portia just because she was dating Curtis. And now that she's pregnant, she's like, "Excuse me, do you mind minding your own business?" My jaw was on the floor.
Okay, so I think that's like a theme for this week, clutching your pearls. I totally
Yeah.
love that you said that. No, but I agree. It's very confusing for me. It almost reminds me of when Ava took that turn. She was on this path and we were like all for it and we're supporting her and it was like Ava, Ava, Ava. And then it took like a really sharp turn and we still kind of don't know what to do with her character at times when she
Mhm.
makes certain decisions. And that's how I feel about Jordan right now. I feel like she's taken so many steps back in terms of like this young, youthful love that kind of makes you waver who you are and you redo things in a different way, and I don't like it. I'm not understanding, the future of this and where this is going and how this, amplifies her character, or is she, going through a midlife crisis? I'm really trying to, grasp onto things to really understand what her purpose is right now with the storyline.
I blame Curtis, he's dragging her down. Like if I can drag Curtis, I'm gonna drag him for dragging Jordan down. Like,
Fair.
I just every time I see them together, I'm like, "But you're better than this." Like,
Right?
you're legitimately better than this. So, okay, so not only do I find just the exchange between Jordan and Portia, like, wild, it gets worse when Stella inserts herself into all of this.
Okay, that was even more confusing, but I have to say I loved Portia's side to all this in the salon. I was rooting for her. I
Yes.
loved everything she had to say. I loved her face acting, early start of Portia, because she really did everything the way we would have wanted her to.
Exactly, like, I love Portia, she always brings, like, the reaction, and I find like, I knew she wouldn't do what Jordan did. It's very
No.
Brooklyn Lulu, right? Lulu
Yes.
tortured Brooklyn, but Brooklyn's like, "I am not you, and I'm not gonna do this because I know what it feels like, but I'm gonna remind you of what you did to me." So, I mean, I definitely felt satisfied with the Portia Jordan scenes, but, like, Stella drives me nuts, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
she's calling Jordan. Like, she found the pregnancy test, and the fact that she feels like she can do this
Right.
is ridiculous to me, especially knowing that when Jordan was with Curtis, the lengths Stella went to keep them apart, it was so contentious. They had to do like a therapy session. They had Miranda from Grey's Anatomy play the therapist, and all
Yes.
three of them had to get together because she had blamed Jordan for her other nephew's death. Craziness.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you're really
Yes.
bringing back a memory.
Yes, and so then, like, for me, I'm like, I'm not as stable as these women in this show, and to be told that my night's gonna be longer because she wants to talk, I would have been losing it. Like, I would have been
Same.
losing. But then Jordan, because, like, at this point, she really wants to make this work with Curtis, so she's giving Stella the space because we all know you wanna be with Curtis, you have to deal with Stella.
Mhm.
But, like, I don't know how she spoke calmly, and then all this stuff came out, and what I could not with is just how, like, Jordan like brings up Portia and all this.
I know. I'm really struggling with how she handles the Portia situation. And it felt like, for a lack of a better way of saying it, like she was just sucking up to Stella so hard. It was
Yes.
painful to watch.
And then she did it with Curtis. That was the
Hmm.
funniest thing for me, though. I have to admit, like, as much as this whole situation frustrates me, I give this girl props. Like, she flipped the script. She walked home, started talking like they were in the middle of a conversation. That was amazing. Like, in terms of mind games, she came home. He's like, "How was your day?" "Well, it turns out I'm not pregnant," because you know how all that was, right? And then the whole Portia finding out, like, that took me for
Crazy.
a loop, but she knows. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, like, while you can get upset about Portia, I'm not. I'm
I'm
not.
good.
I'm gonna bring up her name and I'm gonna talk all nicely about her and I'm gonna create some like doubt around Portia. I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, what is happening right now? And so, not only did I find it invasive, Stella sticking her nose into Jordan's business, which she probably deserves after how she stuck her nose into Portia's pregnancy,
Yes.
but when Stella showed up to Portia, because then I was like, that I was more confused about.
Right?
I was like, okay, when Jordan spoke, I did understand. Like, I did recognize her whole health issue. Aside from
Yes.
the fact that, like, she didn't want kids, she definitely doesn't want kids if, like, she
No.
could die. Because it's not even like she got that kidney legitimately. She was
True.
gonna die. They had to steal it. So she's
Yeah.
not gonna go risk a stolen kidney.
No, I wouldn't either.
And then when Stella went to Portia, that's when I started to go like, did Jordan bring up Portia a ton or at all in that conversation with Stella? Like, where is this coming from? And I was so annoyed that people are thanking Stella for her insanity. Like, I'm just so annoyed
No.
that Portia was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Like, it's good that we're having this conversation. I'm like, honestly, Portia, if I were you, I would stay petty. Like, I just don't see why you have to show these people that you've grown because I couldn't believe when Stella suddenly was like, you know what? You didn't break up because of Jordan. It's because of you guys. And I'm like, yeah,
Boy.
that's what we've all been saying. Because of Curtis also, because he was crap, because
Yes.
he entered into a relationship not in good faith. Like he was angry and he didn't really share this. There was no real chance to work things out. He got angry, got shot, got taken care of, and then ran to Jordan.
It was I didn't know what to make, honestly, of that Stella Portia situation. But I was so glad. To me, it was like Portia just wanted to shut it down and close that and move on with her life. Yes, she's having Curtis's baby, and Stella's still going to be in her life. But I felt like in the nicest way possible, she drew a line. You want to be right? You want to play bestie with Jordan? Go for it. I'm over here happy in my relationship. Move on. That's what I wanted to hear, I think.
Look, but I think that Portia is in the better situation, you know, a
Hmm.
healthier situation. But I guess I'm annoyed that everybody in Curtis's life, like they're trying to do it in like the tiniest drops, right? Where Curtis is kind of like, guess what? I'm not perfect. People say like, I'm intense, that I bounce around from ex-wife to ex-wife. That's all that's happening. We have Curtis admitting to this, but we're not having the people closest to him, like Jordan
Hmm.
or Stella acknowledging his role, not in a satisfactory way for me anyway. Like
I agree.
Stella's conversation was all about Portia taking accountability, which she has since all of
Hmm.
this has happened, but Curtis has not. Curtis hasn't said to his family, I'm angry about all this, that she's pregnant, that it could be mine. However, we were over. Like he
Yes.
never once did that. He was very much pushing that she's evil, she lied again, woe is me. And then
Yes.
in secret, he's like, take the house.
Right? Like, you
Take
did
the
nothing
house.
wrong.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but they're creating like a really weird, unsustainable bubble because this is not who Jordan is. But I loved how she tricked Curtis into believing he knew about the pregnancy and she was able to say like not pregnant, glad I'm not. Hope you know how this will work in the future.
But I'm loving it. Like you said, they're all living in a bubble right now. We still have, like, the baby's not born. There's still, like,
Yeah.
these, like, a couple here, a couple there, and a Stella meandering in between. But when this baby comes, I'm hoping that the Jordan that we know will come out. Like, it's gonna be a lot to handle. 2 a.m. wake ups, and could you imagine if Curtis is sleeping, she gotta, like, poke him in the ribs to get up. Like, there's going to be a lot of shenanigans that I hope we do get to see a little bit
Yes.
of the reality of what it's like, because it's that whole off screen, on screen, like the Nixon Falls versus the real world. Like, they're living in this beautiful bubble, but what happens when that actual reality of the baby comes in between everything?
I honestly hope that Jordan was lying.
Stop.
Yeah. Like, I hope. Because come on. I mean, I know that there's a lot of problems with the reality of having a baby.
Yes, but it's a soap. Let's go with
I
it.
really hope she lied. Like, she had that whole convo with Stella, and then she's, like, talking to Curtis. She really covered everything. And then as things get harder, she cheats on him. Like,
Stop.
with Drew, right? His sworn
Right. Yes,
enemy,
yes, yes,
right?
yes.
Where
Okay,
she's
loving it, loving
like,
it.
"He changed," and he's like, "No, he's awful." And then, like, so bad. And then in the meanwhile, you have Isaiah and, like, Portia just bonding with the baby, and then
Yes.
the baby has, like, a little medical issue, and then people are like, "Oh, weird. He's Isaiah's baby." And then everything comes crashing down in Curtis's life.
Okay, I'm loving this. Like, I'm loving this real hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Okay,
really
it's gonna
cathartic.
happen.
I enjoyed that. Okay, and so one thing that also shocked me, I didn't know that Trina liked Curtis so much because she was all being, like, jealous. She's like, "I'm gonna be jealous of the baby," and I was like, "Oh,
Hi.
okay. Did you forget you had a daddy?
Right? Oh
Alright."
my gosh, that was so infuriating, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I'm glad she's being honest. They're both growing at the pace of a snail,
Mm,
but at least it's movement. Yeah, that's what's going on with the
it feels like a back and
Ashfords.
forth, not like an actual forward.
Yeah, it's like a shuffle.
It's a shuffle,
It's a
yeah.
shuffle, it's a shimmy. It's what it
It's a
is.
shimmy. I like it because it just looks cute.
Yeah. So, in other Port Charles news, okay, oh, this is exciting. This is a scene that Christina also directed, the Laura Tracy scene with Boyle and Martin.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. How amazing is it that she gets to direct?
I know, I like watching the little, behind the scenes that they show of it. So that was unexpected.
Can we
New
just
Boyle.
say I'm not buying this new Ezra?
Yeah. I
Like,
want
he's doing a
old.
great job. It's just it's more about me than the actual actor.
No, I get it, because we
Okay.
were just, like, because Boyle is a tough character, but we were starting to like him because of, like, comedic elements, and honestly, his
Yes.
background acting is amazing and so
Wild.
entertaining. So it is weird, but even though New Boyle is different,
I'm nodding. Yes.
vibes are still there, though, and
Yes,
I
absolutely.
feel yeah, I feel like, I mean, your husband's in Ireland.
Stop it. No.
Your husband's in Ireland, he's on another soap opera.
Yeah, he plays a real bad Bama Jamma on that other one, but yes,
Yeah.
continue.
Happy for him. He recently
So
posted that
happy.
he got a parking spot over there. So
Aw.
happy for him. I watch it whenever I can, all the old
Same.
episodes. Sometimes I'm like, should I just skip ahead? But I'm like, no. But then I see stuff on Instagram and I'm like, what? So out of order. Like, I'm super behind. So for me, I'm just like, she's gonna be with Boyle. Like, she's gonna be with Boyle.
That never even crossed my mind. I'm not sure how I feel.
Everyone's hooking up in my mind, like, all the
Yeah, I
time.
mean, we're leading into summer. It's spring.
Oh,
Summer
yeah.
at that time of year, there has to be these like new relationships.
Exactly. So I feel like that's interesting because you're getting Boyle, who's like, I'm not like this, but then he's a bit like this when he tells his stories. Like, but it's crazy, right? So they're having this interaction, and then it looks like he's getting her on board. It's like
Yes.
he's framing you for murder. Like, wake up, Laura, or call Sonny. At the very least, check in. But then Tracy comes in, and I'm thinking, what is going on here?
Right?
And that that blows things up, but in a good way for Laura because it's her way out. It's her way to stay true to what she wants to do. But like, I can't with Martin. I can't with Martin. Like no critical thinking.
Mm-mm.
Still very much moved by his emotions. I loved how Tracy handled it. Like one of my favorite lines said, "You've rolled around in so much fraud and extortion. He can't smell the corruption in here." And to say like, "Oh, you can't tolerate a little helicopter? You can't like, I bet she's not the only person that does not like loud things. And why is it bad that she cares about her horse? I
I
would care about my
know.
animal.
Me too.
I can't with Martin like that, but he got told. Like Laura was just like, "Can you go?"
Well, especially because we saw that they had a moment at Willow's house, quite a few months ago, and we were hoping that would
Yeah.
have some sort of lasting impact. Maybe it was like a path to each other type situation. And then he goes and does this.
Well, you see the difference in pacing? This is believable that they
True.
had like a detente and then he's fighting with her again. Like he's pushing against that reality. Like I think he has enough new information when it comes to Tracy, but he's so desperate to hold on to this narrative. But that's what I mean. Like in
Mm,
terms of pacing with who they are and their history, we'd have to have it thaw slowly.
okay, I like that. I can deal with that.
Like, I thought that they would bond over Stella, like, when Stella was in trouble. But I
Yes.
think, is it possible that they could bond under suspicion that, like, Laura's in trouble, you know? So I kinda like that, but I just feel like Jens is too busy. Like, I just feel like
I
I
know.
understand he's supposed to be scary, and it's supposed to be, like, something that Laura has to deal with on the daily, but I just feel like Jens has got way too much going on than to kind of focus so much on Laura. Like he's like his cold fusion, like I feel like that's way more important than anything else.
Well, yes, exactly. I don't feel like cold fusion is like a side hustle, it's like the main hustle.
It's the main hustle, even though I still can't follow
Same.
that storyline.
Not
So
at
we
all.
know Jens is into cold fusion. He wants it
Super
to be
into
done
it.
soon. So does his bestie Cullum.
Mhm.
Marco is trying to salvage his relationship. He wants to save Brit and still have a relationship with his dad.
Yes, poor sweet,
Mm.
sweet Marco.
Oh, yeah. Like, I loved how he was comforting Lucas, being like, my dad won't hurt me. And I'm like, hmm, that's not all that's happening, Marco.
No, exactly.
Colin doesn't care about you. Your dad doesn't really care if Lucas dies. I'm just saying, what do you mean? This delusion that they're safe. And like even funnier was Marco being like, we have to, I don't know, we have to hurry before Colin figures it out. Like, why would you think that anybody would need time to figure this out? Like
I
at
know.
all. There's only a few of you. There's three of you at Windermere who know about the medication.
And
Three
you've
or
been caught
four.
twice going to the
Yeah.
save.
Yeah. And he just thinks that Cullum will need time to put two and two together. But do you know who
Okay.
didn't need time to put two and two together? Jens.
Oh,
He was
Jens, yeah.
like, he was like, Pascal, like, you got to get over this crush. And I'm like, what? It was called out.
Right? I
He
couldn't
called
believe
it
it.
out. That was a fun moment.
It was because Pascal, for the first time, was kinda tripping over his words, like, just not he's, like, caught with his hand in the cookie jar and had no idea where to go next.
There's just nowhere to go next, but that Lucas was right.
Right? Freaking honestly, it took me a while to get used to this Lucas. You know how I am with new characters, but I am loving him more and more, though, because of his storyline and how he's integrated, and he actually has, like, all these paths to different characters like, a really
Yes.
funny and interesting and creative way. So, like, I am just, I'm rooting for him, and he's been right about a lot lately, and he's been doing a lot of air quotes good.
I mean, his redeeming quality is Brit
Yes,
at this point
absolutely.
and that relationship. But like Ava, for instance, like when you say like he knows more, I'm just saying, like, first of all, Ava, she needs to chill.
My
She
goodness,
really
so much
needs
chill.
to get it together. Like, this is
Mhm,
crazy walking around and constantly talking about Carly. And if you really are like an adult,
mhm.
like if you really want to be this aunt figure, why are you actively getting involved in a relationship? Like for all of Jens's qualities, he's like very supportive of Marco and Lucas.
Right?
And he's like, Carly, you should make up with your brother. Like it's really weird.
Yes.
But for all of that, that's where Jens stands. And the fact that Ava doesn't recognize that, that is maybe not something to touch. Like, if you want to be Lucas's person, like, if you were really being strategic and not emotional, like, it feels like Ava's freaking out that she's losing everything. Like, she really loved her bubble without anybody. She really, really loved the Jens, Marco, Lucas bubble. Whereas Lucas
Yes.
is like, love my relationship, looking forward to moving on from all of this. But she, for some reason, really valued it and is freaking out that like that other people are getting involved. You know what I mean? Like, she might lose her status with Lucas, that she might lose Jen's, like, she's really, really, really losing it. But when they were talking and she was warning Lucas and she was trying to say, like, "Marco's really amazing," and I'm like, "This is nuts." Like, I know like, Lucas ultimately spoke to Carly and Carly was right. Lucas is not sharing that with Ava, and that's obviously a
Exactly.
choice he made to not tell Ava any details, but he did try to warn her with regards to Jen's. But I'm just saying, Lucas, like, when she's saying that Carly kept us apart for so long, you're not 12, like, you're a
I know, step
doctor.
up.
You've been a
Exactly.
doctor ever since you found out Jillian was your dad, ever since you knew that Ava was your aunt. You've been a doctor. Like, it kinda drives me nuts that Lucas could not be grown and be like, "I know how you feel about my sister, but it was also my decision
Yes.
not to move forward with this." Like, the fact that he can't take that accountability, like, I don't really like that. Like,
It's very
you're not a
frustrating.
kid. Like, you're not a child. Pay some rent for once.
Honestly, you're a doctor, buy more clothes, leave them on the island, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think what Ava doesn't realize that her whole speech reinforced Carly's perspective and gut about Marco. She doesn't know that because she's out of the loop.
Exactly. It was still it was layered frustration because Ava absolutely knows how dangerous Jens is, but she's shooting her mouth off about Carly and that whole situation like he's her bestie or just some normal person when it's Jens. Like I didn't like that whole we know what's going on behind the scenes, the whole life and death aspect, the cold fusion, and Ava inserting herself is so confusing because she wants to like keep her little bubble of a family together because that's always what she's wanted. It's like, hello,
No, that's
reality
true.
check here.
Oh, yeah, like, I definitely see that now, but, like, having her in the storyline, it does make her character seem more and more lost.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, Jason this week, he had emotions the only way a man can while getting a gun ready. I was just laughing at that. It was such a contrast, the gun was enormous, like, I don't even know what it's called, but it was, like, really big. Uh, anyways. And then while he's assembling this weapon, he's having all of these, like his eyes are teary, and he's
Yes.
having all of these emotional flashbacks.
He only had one about Brit, but two about Carly.
It was so funny. What is going on? Like, for me, I feel like the flashback is definitely that thing that puts the rubber stamp. No, 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 the person's leaving. Like, don't be delulu. Like, that's me. Like, when I'm watching
Okay.
and I don't know in advance that a character is leaving, I'm usually like, yeah, everything's fine until the flashbacks start. I'm like, well, what? Like, what's going on? So it was really funny that they introduced the flashback, even though like his departure is temporary. But
Yes.
I think it's tradition. If you really are leaving, you'll get a flashback. But I just thought the contrast between like that whole thing
Yes.
and the whole gun. And the thing is, he's all worried. He's like, if I shoot Cullum and blame Brennan for it, Sonny, they might come after you. And I'm like, or Danny. You know what I mean? Like the WSB has been all over Lulu's children. What makes you think that
Right?
they wouldn't use Danny to get to you?
It's so confusing. It's almost like he forget.
I just felt like that was a pretty big detail, but when I heard him lay out the plan for Sonny,
Mhm.
I was like, "Okay, wait a second. If Jason does that, kills Cullum, frames Brennan,
Mhm.
that solves Carly and Valentine's entire problem.
Yes.
Not to mention that Brennan already told Jocelyn he had erased all her files. So she would have been permanently asleep. Like she would have literally been without a job. She would not be an agent. And so
Yes.
for me, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, okay, wow, this is quite the plan. And then when he was there, it looks like he had, well, not only did he have second thoughts, like, I don't know, like, just run out of time. But the point is, when he was pointing the gun, he at one point pointed it at Brennan.
I know. I was thinking he was trying to figure out like a 2-for-1 situation.
Just do it faster. That's all I'm thinking. But part of me, I was like you pointed out, his flashback had two Carlys in it. And
Yes.
I'm just wondering, like, you want to shoot Brennan? What? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I
Well, because he
found
had the flashback about that.
Oh my gosh, that was so intense. I'm like, yeah, you guys are friends, best friends. Like, it's just a no. It's a no for me. But you're right. That flashback was really, really intense. That's why we thought it was leading to something romantic because Jason was so intense
Yeah.
with Carly. But yeah, like I guess I don't know because I feel like because he also had a flashback about her saying, "Oh, you trust me." The fact that he's leaving her, and he
Yes.
clearly feels uneasy about leaving her. When I'm like, "What about your son?" Dude. What about
Wait,
his
what
son?
son? Who? He
Exactly.
was thinking about him because he had to dip out on the shooting to go to a game.
Yeah, he did remember him, and I mean, he at least had a one-on-one, but I was just when I saw that one-on-one, in my head, I was like, "What did you think would happen?" Because he said it,
I
and
know.
Danny kinda, like, freaked out. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, he's a child. He lost his mom. The idea of you being gone indefinitely, like, look, he was honest with what he had to say, and he allowed Danny to have questions, and they came to some kind of resolution between the two of them. But that was just like, I don't know, like, that hit me different. That was when I went back to, like, deadbeat dad territory for me when I saw Danny's reaction.
I definitely thought about you because he did all the he's already down a parent, okay?
Yeah.
He has Jason. Jason has someone dipped his toe in the parental vicinity of being his father. And then when Danny said, "Can I go with you?" Because and then he's trying to bring up Charlotte, I'm like, "Oh, this poor child, this poor child."
I know, because it's like Charlotte didn't. I think he also wants to do it too. Be like, "I'm close
Yeah.
with my dad too. My dad would take me on the run too." But, I don't know. I feel like for Jason, it's like, "Ew, I only raise children that are not mine." Just I can't be seen raising biological
Who do you
children.
think I am?
That's not my brand. It's just not my brand. But I loved how those scenes with Danny kinda we get to see Jason in a different light. Like, we got to see him eat a sandwich. It was funny because I was watching one of his That's Awesome podcast episodes on YouTube, and they were talking
Mhm.
about the use of props, so it was really f and eating because they did an interview with Valentine and how one time Valentine wanted to use the vending machines, like, on set, like, during a scene, and he was like, "I wanted to commit, like, I was gonna get a bag of chips, and I was gonna eat the bag of chips, and then I opened it, and I started eating it, and I realized, 'Oh my gosh, how old are these? They've been here for a long time,' but I had no choice but to, like, follow through with it." So they were talking about
OMG.
how when you have to eat something, you gotta know where it's coming from, or, like, how Jason says, "I don't eat and do any of those things," and Spinelli was saying his character always was eating chips, but it was fine because they were always fresh ones because it was just part of his character's shtick at the beginning.
That's
So then I
hilarious.
thought it was so funny that the next episode I'm watching is that he has to eat this sandwich, which was really cute. And like the moment with Danny and Jason, where Danny's like, "Oh, you'll clean up." It was just so funny watching Jason's face because it felt more like the person than the character because we never see that sillier side.
Yes, so true, and it's just like, we know in real life that, Steve Burton is a very big, like, health person and goes to the
Yeah,
gym and eats a
exactly.
so when he
Yes.
that whole, like, eyebrow thing when he's like, "You put chips in your s" God.
Yes. Yes. I kind of love that. That's exactly what I was thinking too. So this whole thing, like he's doing his rounds with the whole goodbye. But for me, I kept going, "There's no way Brit's gonna go with him." Like, it would be
I
so
know,
unfair
right?
to the actress herself, you know? Like, he wants to spend time with his family, and that's all good. But I'm like, that like, when I realized that they'd be going on the run, I'm like, "Yeah, it's a decent story and cover." Like, I definitely get it. It's definitely time to get, like, Brit out of Dodge. But I just couldn't see her character leaving when I see what she's building with Lucas. But then once they threw Rocco into it today, I'm like, "She cannot possibly be leaving."
Okay, so here's the thing. They threw in a little nugget with Alexis
Mhm.
about how Jason is redoing his will when she was talking to gosh, what is her name? Is it Susan?
Yeah.
In her office. And she
Yes.
said, Jason, blah, 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 had a meeting, and it's either that he is shooting somebody in broad daylight or going on the lam.
Both. It was amazing.
Well,
I
that's
was like,
exactly it, right?
"Wow, spot on."
But it made me think if he does end up, we learn later in the week about where Jason has to go. It kind of interrupts his like whole plan he had for the afternoon. So if he does continue to commit to whatever it is he's doing,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Brett still has the medication. He can still take the medication and go. Get rid of Cullum. He still has to disappear for a while, but Brett gets to stay and still be safe.
But that's the thing what scares me. He
Got
didn't
him.
get Cullum. Dante is there. How is he gonna evade Dante? Who's
Oh my
not
gosh, it's
WSB?
Dante.
I
Come
know.
on,
I don't
man.
know. I've heard it. Like, he could literally just run, but it just really sucks for Danny, and I was
Yes,
scared, like, Lucas gets the vials. These boys, I swear.
I'm on
I don't
edge.
know how
Yes,
long it's gonna take for them to notice. Like a minute. Like a minute! They do inventory, they count.
I know.
My gosh. So anyways, I was nervous about, Lucas getting to Brit because you know that either Marco or Lucas is gonna get it. Like something was gonna happen. I was shocked
Yes.
that the exchange even occurred between Lucas and Britt, and I was so scared because they showed someone watching, and it was freaking Rocco. So, like, I'm scared for Britt because, like you're saying, Jason could take care of Colin, but the thing is, oh my gosh,
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm scared. Tell
Okay.
me.
So Cullum is in Alexis's office, and I was like, oh no, Cullum picked you, Marco. And
Yeah.
so that's scary because he has a knife. Is Susan going to come back? And is this going to be the reason? Like, if you find your colleague knifed and bloodied,
Mhm.
will someone go, let's check the cameras?
I hope so, but you know how Port Charles works? Cameras are very finicky. That technology has not been done really well there,
But like, it's a law office. So it's like, why would you
right?
have security cameras? But then it's like, why wouldn't you have security
Well,
cameras?
right?
And like, what if they're like, okay, like this guy's murdered. Let's look at the cameras. Let's start with when Willow came to the office,
You read my mind.
you know? But the thing is, if Cullum is gonna murder, I don't know why I'm whispering, it's gonna it's gonna murder Marco. Like, I don't think Jason is gonna get to Cullum on time. And I'm scared for Britt.
Mhm.
Like, what is Rocco gonna do? Like, what's Rocco gonna do? He's gonna be like, I'll save you guys. Come to my house. Hide in my bedroom. Okay. Like, I don't know more than I'm saying. Like, I am just scared because it's like Britt is gonna be left in the lurch because Jason is gonna be unavailable. And why this man can't say that he left custody to Alexis is beyond. Like, it takes two
I know,
seconds to
I
say.
know. The
Okay.
suspense is there, it's unnecessary.
Yeah. So and Brad, this is what I'm thinking. If you're Lucas, it had to have been hot that Brad was there,
Mhm.
passionate, and not about getting him back, because that's what he hated. He hated him
Yes.
pursuing him. He hated him trying to like make things right. But it had to have been hot for Lucas to have Brad there and not want him. I bet Lucas wants him more.
I know.
He's like, wow, it's really attractive when you don't want me.
Want me. It's, like,
And how much,
amazing.
yeah, and how much you love Brit. And if Marco's like murdered, like maybe they can try again. But I don't want Marco to be murdered.
I
I
don't
don't.
either. So it's like, okay, is there a situation where Cullum kidnaps Lucas, Rocco, and Britt, and
And Marco
then no, Marco still has gotten injured,
injured.
but not to the point of like death. And then Susan still finds him, and there's that. But as he stabs and like here's Susan, Cullum runs away, so he didn't get to finish the job, but then runs to the pier
Okay,
and then
okay.
captures all three of them. And then Jason goes to this whole like he runs away. He literally just, like, dodges Dante and then runs away,
Come on, pushing him at least. At least.
and then still has to, like he will still, make sure that he saves Brett, takes care of Cullum, but still has to run away because so the WSB doesn't get him and, like, puts all the pieces together.
I think he's gonna hurt Brit's feelings.
Man, I really don't want that to happen, but I get what you're saying.
Well,
It's
like
part of the formula.
look, it could go either way. He could either hurt her feelings or they have a chance to communicate as she knows why he's gone and therefore doesn't begrudge him if they want to pursue like a romantic storyline between them, right? Because he is coming back in the summer. So the question is like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to pursue the relationship or not? Because they've
Okay,
had one off screen. They tell everyone else about it.
he goes to another school, guys, but we're, like, super in love. No, I think you're right because one really significant thing, and I know we'll talk about that scene afterwards, like, super in depth, but when, Britt was with Brad and she said that, like, "Jason tells me the truth, so he didn't lie to me before, I just
Mm,
basically wasn't hearing what he had to say, it wasn't landing with me." So, I agree with you that if he does kind of communicate that, like, "I need to go on the lam because you need to stay here with Rocco and you're safe now." You'll get what you need, but I have to do this. Like, I can't take you on the run away from your son, but I can run away from my son. That's cool.
yeah, like he's good at that. Like no parental responsibilities, like, he can go as far away from that as he needs
Yes.
to be. But look, I think that they're in a good place, so I think there's
Mhm.
definitely still room, but I do hope if they pursue the romantic relationship between Jason and Britt, like, you gotta make up for the pacing, like, you gotta make up for how you did it because you have all
Yes.
these other, like, relationships, friendships that are just paced way more fairly. Like, whatever they're doing with Christina and Jacinda, that's being paced pretty fine.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. Like it's just It's just crazy, Rocco. I really want him to be a doctor. Like, I liked
Me
that. I
too.
love that image, and she really wants I think she'll be his mentor. Look, I think she's gonna stay. I shouldn't think she's gonna stay, but I'm having a hard time seeing how she'll stay and be safe. I would love it if Obrecht shows up and, like, shoots somebody at some point and makes it okay.
Well, how long is this conference?
I don't
Did
know.
she get on the plane that Ethan did? Because then she won't be back for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I know you're saying that Jason could save her, but, like, I just don't know. But my favorite with Brit was Joss showing up. Like, she's just a lot. Like, she's just a lot. Like,
So much
Sunny,
is tantruming all over town.
yeah, like, I love how again, clutching her pearls. I loved how she was, like, clutching her pearls, that Sunny and Carly were talking. She's like, "But I told my mom. I told my mom about all the things Sunny did that my mom already processed and moved on from because they're not married." You know what I
Right?
mean? Like, it was so crazy. I'm like, she has 2 dead boyfriends. I guess she never found someone she really bonded with to relate. And then she walks in. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's so out of context. You know what I mean? Like, she was mad at Sunny, and then that dulled down a little bit, and then it
Yes.
raises again. Like, it's not really, like, about him anymore. It's like, you have problems, and she's trying so hard to be relevant, and all I could think of was, you have a father in Australia.
Mhm.
Feel free to join him. Like, you can't even tell your
Right?
mom what to do or do anything. Like, you're not even an active agent at the moment, and she can't bear to admit that. She like, all she is a girl who learned all this explosive information and can't do anything about it. She has, like, no power in this situation. Like, you know what's funny? Because it's a dramatic storyline, but if you remove all of that and you just focus on the relationship, the trauma, it's basically Jocelyn growing up, never really having control,
Yes.
and then that being amplified in this moment. Okay, I can get it now. All right. That helps. Because then she runs to Brit, and I'm just thinking to myself, for someone who was said to Valentine, I think you're overestimating your importance.
Mhm.
That was wild. Like, you know what Brit's dealing with, right? And
Yes.
she should know enough at this point. She's been snooping and doing her own investigation, but like, Brit's like fighting for her life.
Literally.
She is joining forces with a man. She was like, I'm not gonna have a relationship with you. It's been rocky. And then boom, like Jason's in it. She like trusted him. And then she's got a guy who's like hated her. And now she's like friends with Lucas. And Lucas is helping her. Like, she's doing all of these things for people who took her. Like, she never left. Okay. Like, she didn't leave. And then she believes that Britt is randomly gonna turn around and go, Cullum, Jocelyn Jack agents. Like tell me how that would come up in a conversation.
I don't know, but she's really losing it. She's really grasping at straws and very desperate to, like you said, seem relevant. Like, that was so perfect the way you put it. And I loved, like, and Brit is trying so desperately to, pack, finish doing what she's doing. And I love that she made fun of, like, Joss. Like, she's treated her like a child, as she should. She's like, what? You can use the door, UWSB, you got to use, like, your ninja moves to feel, like, special or
Loved it.
relevant.
Loved it. Loved it. And the fact that she pointed out the fact that this is like the millionth time you're asking me to save you or to help you or to
Right?
protect you. And then she was like, if you care so much about your mother, maybe you should have thought of that beforehand. It's really interesting having this supposed neutral person who hates your mom kind of shove in your face the same points your mom made.
Right?
Like, kind of crazy. And I love that Brit, while she was giving her the business, I kind of like that she didn't belittle her too much. Like, she didn't go, why
No.
would I ever say to him? I loved how she kind of was like, I think that is treating her like a kid then, because she was like, fine, I'll
Okay.
keep your secret. It's like, I never would have said anything because it's just so not top of mind and so relevant. But we eventually understood why we were tortured.
Okay. So who is the fourth child?
So this is the thing, because like immediately, I think everyone on the internet was like, "Excuse
Everybody
you,
was freaking out.
excuse
Yes.
you," and everyone pulled out their fingers, no doubt.
Yes.
Everybody was
Oh,
like,
yes.
1, 2, 3, and no one can come to a fourth. And so there's been a lot of speculation, not real
Mhm.
Nathan, right? And so
Yes.
for me, because I don't know what to think, because they did it that way. Remember when he came back, how weird he was? And every now
Super
and
weird.
again, there's like a weird thought, but it was the baseball thing when he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't hit. And I'm like, huh, weird. And so I think that like,
And the
for
dad story about the science and the periodical table,
yes,
that was
yes.
weird too.
Well, Lulu thought it was weird. For me, I was just like, okay, but I definitely think it was a clue. But I think for Brit to have said that, that's why it weirded me out because I'm like, okay, it can't be that like Nathan is a twin because she's saying this like it's common knowledge that he had 4 kids, and I don't think anybody knows about that. But then I started to realize, wait a second, Brit was weird when she saw Nathan
Yes.
and adamant that James should not be introduced to Nathan. So
Yes.
I'm just thinking she said that because this is a fact she came to learn while she was away.
But, okay,
But
so we
shouldn't
know
Opec
this
know?
that
I don't
you
know.
I was literally just gonna say that. I'm like, but yeah, like, was she how? How do we not know?
Yeah, like, it was definitely put there to be like, "This is what we're doing. This is how we're gonna explain everything." It's like, "This is how we're gonna explain Brit's whole storyline, what Nathan is,
Why he likes Lulu. I mean,
why
this
he
helps
likes
me.
this," 'cause there has to be something off with him for that to happen, and even Maxie saying something's
Yes.
off with him. He has no essence. Okay, look, I know I was like, "Yeah, I could see it." Like, ages ago, we were talking, like, I can see the way that they're pacing this, that they make sense together, especially when they gave Lulu and Nathan those, like, conversations where they were going kinda deep. It was the first we really heard of what Lulu's personal experience was. And she
Yes.
was too busy being everyone else's personal business, and
Exactly.
we never got that storyline of her processing her return. She was just chaos on legs. And
Mhm.
so, while I was like, "They can fit," I cannot tell you how difficult
Was it gross? Were you
difficult,
grossed out too? I
so
saw the post. It just weirded me out so
so
hard.
so gross. At first, I was like, "She's dressed really nice. I like her dress. They're having a date." And, James shows up and she's being really good to James. And then, like, all the other, like, rom-com stuff. I'm like, first of all, your oven has a timer. Who's burning a chicken? Who is burning anything? You have a timer on your oven. Like, I just can't. And then I was offended by this. Like, so many weird reactions to this. I was like, she wants to have pizza out in public? With Nathan and James, like, I was like, I don't know, like, that just felt like crossing a line to me.
Yes, it was also brazen, like, just the playing
Yeah,
family, but there was also these weird
yeah,
indications with Nathan too, like, "I wish my son wasn't here," like, it is weird shit to say out loud. Like, it is an odd
but
situation.
not to Lulu. Not
No,
to
and
Lulu.
this is why this was so weird, like, let's play family. Yes, your son shouldn't be here, but you're, like, super sexy and I wanna stare at you, so let's go have pizza in public, the 3 of us, and then come back and throw it down. Like, it was all very bizarre.
That was crazy. Like, yeah, it was James's idea. He didn't wanna be a 3rd wheel. I'm like,
Like, what?
why would a child
Right?
recognize his dad's on a date
Right? Oh
and
my
try to
gosh.
get
Oh my gosh.
babysat in the middle of
Okay,
the
and then
date?
there was another weird moment where she throws out the chicken, her and James are outside, and then she just leaves it. What is happening?
Is wrong with her? She wouldn't even allow Charlotte to be alone on the
Thank
porch, and
you.
then she walked in and
Thank you.
closed the door. Like,
I could
literally, James
not.
is a flight risk. James is a flight risk. Like, they didn't even allow
100%.
Georgie to babysit him, and I don't think Lulu should have been allowed either. That was so irresponsible.
But it's so fun because you know how James is. He's gonna tell his mom minute by minute what went down. Mhm.
Like, I think it's one thing to tell Maxie and to just give it space, but now that, like, she'll have to hear it,
Yeah.
I don't and then it's like, I feel like Lulu has been out of the game
Big time.
for
And
so long.
and a little thirsty.
Yeah, like, I was like, awkwardness after awkwardness
Yeah, it was
flowing out
so,
of her
so
mouth.
crazy.
Like, I don't know, like, why are you talking about it? Like, she's like, "Those are flying. Look at those guns. Do you wanna wear my son's clothes?" I'm like, "No, why are you bringing your son into this? And why are you comparing how his shirts would fit Nathan?"
Yes.
Ew, ew!
So much of that. So much of that.
And then Nathan got weird when she was trying to keep it sexy.
I know.
It's like, I don't know. Like, the whole thing, like, I mean, and I think they did a good job because I do think that they're trying to show the fun, the mutuality of it all, but that
Mhm.
something really, really, really is off.
Yes, absolutely, and they did a great job doing that.
The first sign is always someone picked Lulu. I'm like, wait, something's not right. Like, let's get back to the drawing board, everybody. Let's figure this out. Let's be Anna. It's serious when Anna pulls out paper and a pen. She's
You
done
know
it a few
it.
times when things have gotten serious on the show. She pulls out a paper and a pen. But yeah, no, I just couldn't. And then it was so funny when like Nathan goes to Dante and starts weeing. I'm like, okay, so
I
Nathan
know.
also has been out of the game so long. Like, if you're feeling a type of way about the girl you're dating, you don't go recruit her ex and join forces and be like, we need to care collectively for her. Dante's like, no. And the fact that he has
No.
to deal with it, he's like making weird faces. He's like, I was with her this morning.
I know. Oh my God.
And he was like, okay. Yeah, like it's a bit yuck. Like I feel yuck. And then like when it was over and he didn't kiss her, I was like, ha ha. Like that was just me like enjoying what I perceived as a rejection. And then she was going up her stairs and then I was like, don't. She ran back. And it was just weird. He's like, but you opened the door before I knocked. I'm like, just do what you gotta do. But this is okay. This was my takeaway that also added to the ew factor for me.
Okay.
All of the running around and campaigning, we're feeling things. We want to explore it. We're adventurers. Like I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I just felt like ultimately what they were running around was saying we would really like to sleep together.
And we want
Like
everybody's permission to do it. And
that's what it
blessing.
was. We want to explore this. Like I thought, you wanted to like just date and get to know each other.
Date,
But to me,
yeah.
I just felt like it was so obvious. They're like, okay, now that we told everybody, let's do it. Like that's what it came down to for me, which made me go like,
Yeah, it was a fail for me too, because it's like, it would be one thing if we saw like a cute courtship in a sense where like you're growing to like them and you can see past all of the weirdness that's happened. And like you said, all of like the pacing for us.
because you
But
could have pulled us on their side because I am
100%.
on their side when they're in a bubble. And so it would have been interesting had we witnessed a date. But I think all like the clowning around, the James, the like all the antics, again, it's just to kind of highlight that like none of this is okay. It's not
Yes.
okay for my eye holes. Like it's too much. And I'm
No.
just dying to know. Like James knows I want you to tell your teenage children to their face. And I want you to have dinner with
Right?
Britt. I want Britt to come over. I want you to hang out with Nina. Well, she's fine with Nina.
But
I
like
want that.
Albrecht,
I want Rocco to capitalize on it all.
that is, yes, I need that before anything weird happens. I need to see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. In other news,
Mm.
what do we call Olivia? Because when Ned acts up, we call him Ted. I don't know what name to give Olivia when she starts acting like a Ted.
I don't even know what to make of this whole situation. We're gonna have to think on that. We have to come up with something real good.
Yeah, so like when she walked in and she wouldn't stop going on, I'm like, I get your point. Like, how many more examples do you need of the people that could have walked in?
But he said he was gonna lock the door. Like, I don't understand.
To me, oh my God, I wrote that. I'm like, he'll lock the door next time. Like, have it be
Problem
done.
solved, man.
Have it be done. And then this was really interesting, like them broadening things, like the contrast between the Jacinda Christina scenes where she starts to tell us that she had a history with Olivia. I was like, oh.
Yes.
It's funny because Olivia always has something to say about the working man. She's criticizing the rich, being like, you guys always forget about the common working man. She's just a working girl. She is
Exactly.
just a working girl. Because I'm like, this is insane that you're calling a meeting. And they showed us the day before how she was like harassing Tracy for this
Yes.
ridiculous issue that could be solved with a lock on the door.
Yes. And then when the truth came out, and then the whole banter between like who has made certain choices, do we really want to talk about it all? And then it all came out. I was so happy.
I thought that was so funny, but I guess I was just surprised that Ned like went with it. Like I just feel like
I
it's a
know.
2-second conversation. And to be honest, I felt that Michael heard you the first time.
Yes.
And I don't know why this needed to happen. And I kind of loved Tracy. I loved their glances between one another. I love that she was just there for the fact of like, lock the door. And it was funny because when they were having this conversation, I was thinking about the lie Sonny told about sleeping with Carly in Tracy's bed. And I love that.
That's what that
Michael,
reference
yes.
was. I didn't
And then,
catch. Okay.
so I was thinking of that, and then he references it, which was so funny. And then when she pulled the fact that she was a sex worker, I knew that wouldn't fly with Tracy because Tracy likes her. We already saw her bond with Jacinda, and the fact that she feels that Michael should make sure that he's treating her really, really well. So it's like already I was happy because I knew that this wasn't gonna fly. I loved how Tracy handled it, but even more so, I loved everything Michael had to say. I was just stunned. I was stunned at Ned being like, we know you're comfortable with sex workers.
Oh,
But I loved when he threw Bobby at them. That was the
yes,
ultimate mic
same.
drop. Another mic drop was done by Tracy. So I'm just thinking, like, why are you going at her? You know, like I felt like Tracy was really being fair in that moment. She was really trying to show respect for, hey, like we all live here and we all have the right to kind of live our own lives and make
Yes.
choices about the people that we're dating and who we're with. So when Ted, and we don't know what we're gonna call Olivia just yet.
Oblivia.
Yeah, oh my God, that is so good. When Ted and Olivia started going at her about like the men she's dated, that's literally the reason Tracy wants Michael to be careful with Jacinta. And I love the messaging that
Yeah.
he understood. Like, don't keep her a secret. Don't do these things. And I love
Yes.
that for him, it's like, let me be loud and proud with Jacinta in public.
Yeah.
In front of my sister who's falling for her.
Totally.
But when they started to make fun of her track record, and then Ned starts to reference, how many mobsters have you been with? I loved
Loved,
it.
loved.
The best comeback. Fewer than you, Olivia. Could you imagine? You're trying to like insult your mom, and your
Mhm.
mom turns around and calls out the men your wife's dated.
Of
That
course.
was so funny. I was like, you guys, the fact that it takes two of you to go up against Tracy and you can't even come out with a win.
I
Ridiculous.
know. It is. Fully
Ridiculous.
expected.
But I loved how she positioned Michael as better than the rest of the Quartermain men. Like, what you're doing in the situation doesn't even compare. And like, what was that? Like, Olivia being like, so inappropriate that you slept with the cook. You mean his ex-girlfriend? You mean
Exactly.
that
Why did
mother
she
of his
say it
child?
like that?
I was just like, I just can't with you. I just can't with you. And like, they're lucky that no one brought up him sleeping with Alexis.
I know. I was just waiting for that.
Very lucky, because at this point, Olivia deserved it. Like, sometimes I think, like, she's a little bit like Chase. Like, right now, Chase is being singled out for kind of going against the family, which he is
Mhm.
very loudly. But there have been moments where, you know, how Olivia went at Tracy when that other woman was there, Monica's sister.
Yes.
So I just feel like there are times where Olivia is not necessarily for the family.
I agree.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's just more drama maybe with Olivia. Like, maybe they need to recreate that, like, Monica-Tracy old relationship.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on. I just need to explain why Olivia's being Olivia,
I know. Me too. I really got to understand. She's bored.
probably. Well, this is what I was thinking about Olivia when she was, like, being annoying. I'm like, "Just go back to being psychic."
Oh, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, that'd be funnier. Better for her.
Okay, so Sunny came clean with Diane, hurt her
Everybody's
feelings.
yes, everybody's really confused about this wanting a brother, but I'm totally all for it. I could
Me too.
understand that, your billable hours being cut, but I think it's more than that, she's really involved in the family. And I wish she had said something like, you are already family and Rick, I'm trying to like build this relationship. Like I wish she had like spoken to where she stands with him more so than in a lawyer capacity.
Yeah, I felt it was harsh to be like, he's family, knowing
I
that
know.
she has been more loyal than Rick. So I feel like that has got to hurt just a little bit. But I was a little disappointed in Elizabeth, okay? Because it's like she had the chat with Isaiah, which I felt prompted her to go to Rick. So then I'm like, then why do you need to talk to Lucas again? Like, I didn't understand. I thought that was the whole setup, that you
But I
already
kind
kind
of
of,
love it though, because she's like dipping her toe in, but she's still, because Elizabeth's always in control. She knows what she wants. For many, many years, she had a high horse. And then, she's on this level where she's far
yes,
more relatable. She's
yes.
moved up in her career. Her kids are grown. And she's finally in a place where she can only, yes, she has to think about her kids, but she can really think about what she wants and her choices and what future her wants. And what future she wants for herself and being with somebody you've already been with. And I love that they brought up how intense they can be, but how lovely it can be at the same time. So I understand the wavering, and I think it's quite cute seeing her and Lucas together.
I did think it was cute, but part of me was like, you're a grown woman. and he asked you a question and you made it so obvious that you needed to talk to somebody else to make a decision.
But then he confronted her about it, and then she was honest. Like, that's what to me made it funny, and especially, like, when she was talking to Lucas, and he was all for the shenanigans about Ruth, and he kept going on with this patient Ruth, and I
I
was like, "No,
know.
I just need your advice," and his advice was, "Girl, run." He's
I
like, "I
know.
know it, you know it, Ruth knows it."
I was just glad that he recognized that he wasn't in a position to give advice, but I did
Yes.
love their conversation. I love that Elizabeth's like, "Can we just be real this time?" Like, I love that she was actually
Yes.
able to identify all this. So that I find real. There was also my favorite line there when he was giving her a speech. He said,
Mhm.
"Despite appearances, I'm not getting any younger." And I loved it because of his gray
So
hair.
cute.
It
He's
was
very
really, really cute.
handsome,
Oh
yes.
my gosh, yes. But this is the thing. There's no room for Dante here.
Heck no.
And so, like, this is so weird. It's weird. Like, you don't have, like, it's weird.
What tell me more.
It's weird. Like, Elizabeth and Rick are amazing. Rick is
Yes.
growing,
Yes.
unless what's gonna happen is this. Okay? Again, I think Dante was supposed to be with Brooklyn, but I don't know what's gonna happen because
Yes, I agree.
I feel like they're putting like Crazy Chase on pause for like a bit to deal with
Mm,
this like baby situation. Okay, so I love new Elizabeth, but if I
same.
step out of that for a sec and go back to old Elizabeth,
Mhm.
like she cheated on Lucky with his brother. It's like not out of her wheelhouse.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like, I don't know. Is something going to happen like with Rick? Because right now, I do think it could stay calm. You know, like maybe the issue is not that things are going to get crazy between Rick and Sunny. Maybe it's the loyalty and the prioritizing Sunny that might
Hmm.
become an issue. And then maybe that's where Dante fits in. And then when that sort of happens and Rick is like heartbroken, then he has like a night with Alexis. But they're
That
so
would
funny together.
I know, they really
They're
are.
they're could you imagine like having dinner with Molly and Christina and everybody with fear eyes? Because right now they're pushing this idea that there's fear that Rick would connect with someone like Sunny. Could you imagine the fear of him connecting with Alexis? Could you imagine?
I totally agree. They're like they just jump off the screen and nobody would know
Yes.
what to make of the situation.
Yeah. I think that would be really, really fun.
Okay, I
So
agree.
Carly and Valentine should have kissed. Like they should have kissed.
Oh, well, she was definitely thinking about it, but I love that he was just so upfront and honest about, asking her where they stand because even though they may have for that episode hit pause, we do not know what's going to happen
Oh my god, yes we
very
do. They're gonna
soon.
be boyfriend, girlfriend for sure. And that's what he wanted to know. He was like, "Do you
I
wanna
mean,
go
are we going
steady?
steady?
Do you wanna go steady?" And I just have to say, this girl can handle Brennan. It's crazy
Right?
how she, like, uses the truth to maintain her lie.
Love
Zenith.
it.
And just a couple of lines there, people aren't what they say they are, they're what they do.
Mm,
And just the way that she kept poking at Jack, guilting him so much when it came to
so
Joss,
much.
but at the same time, painting Jocelyn as unstable. And stuff like, how does she think she can save the world? And did you know? Because he's like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know about this vendetta. And then Jocelyn having flashbacks, being like, no, Cyrus is not leverage. I chose to follow the breadcrumbs. I chose the I chose a WSB after he told me that I had to, because that's what happened. He like
Exactly.
definitely strong armed her. Like I don't know if she blacked out, but
Yes.
that totally happened. Also, this, I'm sorry, I can't with this girl. I
I'm
can't
sorry.
with
If you're
this
going to
girl.
cry, leave the brown dog.
Like her useless drama.
Mm.
Like you went to him for help. He just wanted an update. And then she like escalated matters. Not only did she escalate matters at her own table, she then walked over to him
Boy.
to
Yes.
escalate it further. And then like Cullum, I just want to say this. You could tell he's new because he didn't say faison. He said it like in French. He said faison.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you're new. You don't know what's going on here. Unless you're the fancy kid that he had. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But like, I don't like Jocelyn's career as a WSB agent is gonna end very soon because like she's getting caught in her lies.
Boy, yes.
Like when Cullen was talking to her with Trina's like, okay, you're gonna have to explain. Like what's going
Why is
what's
this old
happening?
man talking to you?
Exactly. Like it just there's only so much lying that can take place. It was interesting that scene where she watches all four of them together. She doesn't fit, but
Yes.
I don't think she fits in that world. Like, she's supposed to be WSB, but, like, her mom knows more. Everybody else, like, sorry, not Jocelyn, but Britt is more in the know. Like, there's just so much happening around her.
Yes, absolutely. She's a baby WSB agent that needs to stay asleep, and she will.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be really happy about it.
No, she's gonna kick and scream the whole way like a big old toddler tantrum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, favorite scene of the week, and I know you'll agree with me. And there was a lot of like, friendship stuff as well this week,
Mhm.
but when they called each other Brat, when Brett had cocktail hour, and when Brad said one of my favorite lines was, Jason, I thought we dumped him.
They were so cute, and I love the
So
made-up
cute.
cocktail, and then the actor made the I love the name of his drink. Gosh, it was such a long name. It was pomegranate anyways,
Cosmogrony,
yeah, but
yes.
he made it.
I
Like,
saw the video you sent to me. Thank you.
it was so crazy that he did that. I thought it was so cute. I love the way that he uses the General Hospital material, like his scenes. Like, he does so much with it on social media. No,
Yes.
I loved Brat. What was it? Was that it? Brat? They're Brat
Yes, yes.
Nights? Yeah, no, that was definitely my favorite for sure. Also, Cody and Molly. It was really, really sweet.
Absolutely.
I think it was sweet seeing Molly in a situation where she kind of sees for the first time, like, she doesn't have to like be anything.
Yes. I love that for her. She could like breathe easy and be accepted for who she is without having to put on a front for anybody.
Like, I think it's believable that Cody is like, "Yeah, I don't wanna take care of other people. I'm not good at like,
100%.
he can barely human in this relationship.
Yes, yes, he's struggling.
So yeah, so, I mean, they're adorable, and yeah, they're just adorable, and I'm glad that she can, like, believe him, and I'm just hoping that these 2 can just take that happiness right now, and please don't create any unnecessary drama.
No, we're good now. We went through all
Yeah,
the bumps in the road. We just want to see them be happy and have cute little like rom-com shenanigans, not like fights or anything, right? Like go on cute
exactly.
dates and you got whipped cream on your face or you like spilled wine on your shirt and then you laugh in the rain, stuff like that.
Yeah, we need a little bit of balance, and also
Mhm.
okay, just a thought.
Okay, okay.
Alright, Elizabeth has evolved, but remember when she got together with fake Jason?
Yeah.
And isn't, like, Lulu's house, like I don't remember if it's, like, an old but it reminds me of an old Elizabeth house,
One
but,
it
like
totally does.
yeah, that's gotta be a fake Nathan. Other theories are that he's, like, a brainwashed Nathan.
But remember, wasn't it Drew that well, there's the brainwashing. We also know that playing cards can have an effect on you.
No.
We also know that, like, it could be like a memory chip. Didn't Drew have, like, a chip or something?
Yeah,
Or
he
was
had a
that
chip.
yeah, so, like, we know there's
No, did he have a
multiple
chip?
different ways. Was it a chip or brainwashing?
Brainwashing on the cards, I
Somebody had
think.
a chip, no?
Honestly, probably. Like, if a human was chipped, probably in General Hospital.
Honestly, right? No, 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 like, I'm all for this weird storyline. I want
But
more
how
explosiveness
But
there.
how bad is that, right? So it's like, it's not even like Nathan or whatever. So it's like maybe Maxie's relieved, but like, what does that happen? Like, I don't know. Like, I need more in their whole relationship. Maxie and Lulu. I mean,
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, we talked about the things, we covered all the stuff. I gave away my favorite lines already, and I'm just gonna give some
Mel,
yes. Did we
Mel,
not? No, we didn't. Yes.
Mel.
Yes.
What if he has been brainwashed and then when he is unbrainwashed, he like devoted to Maxie and is like, I would never do that to you. Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Like, he's disgusted with himself that he was with Lily after he's
But like, because if real Nathan comes back, like I don't know that real, but like again, these are people who went through traumas. But like, could you
right.
imagine? Could you imagine?
Having 2 Nathan?
Oh, that would be cool. But like a Nathan, basically a Nathan who comes to his senses and is like, "Oh my gosh, like, that wasn't me." Or it's like, I don't know, but just something like that. Like, basically, this podcast, I'm like, "So this is how I see Curtis's demise." And now I'm like, "This is how I see Lulu getting screwed over." Because, like, I think she deserves to have a good, happy life, but I
But
think
not
she
yet.
needs to be screwed over hard first because I think she caused a lot of chaos, and I think she hasn't grown, and I feel like there needs to be some, like, hardcore, like, consequences and then real love. Because I think at the end of the
I
day, like,
agree.
maybe back with, like, Dante or whatever. I don't want, but it's like,
I
what else
don't
are you gonna
want, but
do?
I see your point. I absolutely think that she needs to do some growing up. This is oof,
I feel
this
like
is
I
like a
deserve
bump in
it.
the road, right?
I
We
feel like
all
I deserve it.
we do. Okay, so I'm gonna give a star to I absolutely love Alexis trying to learn about basketball.
Oh my
And when she
gosh.
whispered to herself, there's hoops when she was Googling. So I thought that was so cute, her just trying to figure everything out and being at the game to support her grandson. And I love learning a little bit more about Jacinda's past and how she
Yeah.
feels she relates to Charlotte. Like they're giving her some depth, and I'm really loving that.
Yeah, that was interesting because we talked about that, right? Like how she seemed to kind of grasp who she was.
Yes.
One of my favorite things that Alexis said was when she was asked, "Have you ever watched a basketball game?" And she's like, "Well, not on purpose."
It sounded
Like,
like you. Everything she said reminded me of you. It was adorable. I loved it.
my favorite line I have, it's basically a big star to Tracy when Ted was clutching his pearls
Mm.
and she turns around, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I lie?"
So, I mean, Tracy is just gold. Everything she says is like total gold.
So good. I think most of my favorite lines have come from her.
Absolutely. Do you have any more?
No, I think that's it. Wait. No, it's not. No, it's not. This one goes to Brit. Like when Jocelyn was just, woe is me. I'm an agent. Like, hear me roar. And then Brit's like, what did you think it would entail? Going door to door selling cookies? That
So
was
good.
good. That was so
So
good.
good. And like, honestly, stars to everybody. It was such a great week, suspenseful, except for Cullen. He gets like no stars. He's scary and I don't like him.
Honestly, what kind of a hitman is Jason?
A really jiggly one?
Because, he told Sonny it has to be me. I'm super good at shooting people. And then you shoot 0 people? You could have shot 2 and you shot 0.
Okay, but also it's the WSB. Like, I don't know. Don't they have like things to protect themselves from being shot within their building? Wouldn't
I
they
feel
have,
like that's bulletproof glass.
right?
I'm sure it has to be.
Like, come on, Jason. You should know this by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought all of that was very weird and unprofessional.
Yeah. Very unprofessional.
Oh, what was your cutie pie moment of the week?
It's definitely Jason and Danny. That was really adorable.
Oh, am I like,
Abandoned. He's like, will you at least come to, like, he's like, I'll just take you coming to part in my game. Maybe the first 5 minutes.
my
please?" Yeah.
word. And then so he's gonna abandon Danny,
Abandon him. Yeah.
abandon Brit. Like it's
Yeah.
just a mess. It's a hot mess for Jason's life right now. So please.
Let's see. You can go on our page, and there's links there. It's at Cutie Pie Coloring on Instagram if you want to have a look at the pages, the cute videos we've made, and you can find the Cutie Pie Coloring book on Amazon.
Also, Easter's coming up, so really great thing for the kiddos.
Yeah, buy it for people you like, buy it for people you don't like. Do
Just
you?
buy it. It would be great.
Do you? Do what you want.
Oh my gosh, folks, we talked about all the things. We covered all the stuff. That's a wrap, folks. Have a fantastic
I don't know why. I wasn't doing anything.
Well, on that note, have a fantastic weekend.
Bye.